Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So Macaulay Culkin had done an interview recently, really defending Michael Jackson, saying nothing ever happened to him. He never saw nothing happen. So a lot of people are talking about that. One of these things, I don't know if this is just some YouTube page. It's called Daily Blast Live. I'm assuming it's just some kind of YouTube page. It's not a real thing. But they're acting like they're professionals, and they're putting themselves out here, and they're making heavy judgments over Michael Jackson. And what I say is that anybody that misjudges Michael Jackson and calls him pedophile and does all that stuff, then you're subjecting yourself to be dealing with my interrogation of you. Because if you're dealing with Michael Jackson, I'm going to come and judge you, and I'm going to point out to the world, you're going to make these accusations against Michael Jackson. Well, I'm going to show the world what you are. So check this out. This is these people. Let me show you here what they're saying.
I feel like Macaulay Culkin will never get away from this. I mean, when else do we talk to people about if they've been sexually abused or if they're a victim? With Macaulay Culkin, I think because he's a child star, we see him as an object.
Yeah, definitely. Or, something that we're all used to sort of manipulating.
Less human.
Right.
Something we're used to manipulating. The one girl says he's a child star, so we see him as an object. Yeah, less human. Yeah, something we're used to manipulating. Seeing the way these people talk, it's like disgusting. So this is the girl right here I'm going to point out, because she's going to say some other stuff about Michael Jackson here. She's going to call him a beard. And so what she's saying is that Michael Jackson is a pedophile, and so he was using Macaulay Culkin as a fake friend, boy child, to project to the world that he does have friends that are just kids, That's what she's saying when she's calling Macaulay Culkin a beard. She's saying that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, directly used Macaulay Culkin for the purpose to lie to the public so he could be under the illusion of having children as friends, and then so that Macaulay Culkin as an adult would grow up and say, nothing ever happened to me. That's what she's saying about what Michael Jackson, okay? So she's saying those things about Michael Jackson. It's like, well, if you're going to make those accusations against him, I'm going to talk about you, woman. So now let me tell you what I see with this woman right here. It looks to me like she's under the influence of methamphetamine, speed. That causes you to fidgety. There's a bunch of things that happens when these people are tweakers. They're damn low-class trailer trash, white trash tweakers is what they are. That's how we talked about these people in the real world. So now I'm going to show you the signs of what a tweaker is, okay? So we're going to start looking at this woman here now.
And for some reason, though, people think he's the only one who knows.
Okay, so there's things that you can't hide about being a tweaker. And there's one thing about your pupils. Okay, look at her pupils. See the way her pupils have this dead focused stare to them. They're controlled. And the reason that the pupils have that look is because it's a drug that's controlling that, and it's methamphetamine that does it. It's speed. That one of the things about speed, there's all these things that people can hide, but one thing is that you are being controlled by a drug, and you're actually high. And when you look at the eyes, that's why they tell you look at the eyes, and if they're dirty, you can tell when people's eyes are dirty and when they're not naturally the way a human's eyes naturally perform, then those people are under the influence of drugs. It's drugs that does that stuff. So so she's a tweaker, right? So this tweaker bitch is willing to stand up here on television and accuse Michael Jackson of being a pedophile. But who is the person sitting in judgment? This freaking tweaker loser. So now what I want you to see is, because she's a tweaker and she doesn't want you to see her pupils, that's the dead giveaway, right? That's the dead giveaway. So what she's going to do is she's going to flop her hair around. She's going to flutter her eyes. She's going to look up and down. She's going to make outlandish statements, or the way she's going to be over drama. She's going to over dramatize everything that she does, and all these simple little things, because she doesn't want you looking at her eyes, because she doesn't want you to see that she's tweaking. Now just watch the way that she flops her head around and stuff.
Because he was there, so everyone wants his opinion. In my head, there is no way, again, I'm speculating, there's no way Michael Jackson would have touched or done anything to Macaulay Culkin, because he was the most famous person on earth at that time. I mean, one of them. I think he used him as a beard or a hide to say, look, I have children friends and I do nothing with them. And he can go broadcast that out to everybody.
I think you said the most famous person on the...
Okay, so that's what, like I said, what she was saying. Did you see how she's flopping her head all around and stuff? Now watch this later. I'm going to go back to her right over. I'm going to go back to her here. Now, what I want you to do is watch her hands. Watch real close to her hands because it'll show the signs too. These are what people would think is OCD, but this is also a dead giveaway, telltale sign for somebody they're high. The reason her hands and she starts doing all this stuff and fidgeting is because she's high. And she puts her hands down there. She doesn't think people are watching and stuff. But we're watching. You want to judge Michael Jackson? I'm going to start judging you, woman.
I know, but great. But
that's what I'm saying. But if you think Michael Jackson didn't do it because he was such a hero to you, you're hanging your hat on Macaulay Culkin.
See how bad that was?
Well, that's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
See how bad she was? Just digging in her hands. Just like the tweaker loser she is. So whose opinions matter in this world, you know? These tweaker losers, you know, or somebody who actually spent time with Michael Jackson, who knows him real well, much better than any of these other people. And he seems like he's a pretty normal guy in all reality, even though he's all weird. That's because he's an artist. People are allowed to be artistic. That's the world in which he lives. He plays around. He lives in a playful world of being creative. I'm not going to call the guy like that he's like a devil worshiper just because he plays around and acts goofy and shit. Oh, so that means that instantly he must have been sexually abused by Michael Jackson and he's under total mind control by all the people. He's just being manipulated and that's why you see him acting weird. It's like, yeah, well, don't you know that there's also a thing in this world called boredom? And people have to kill boredom by doing things. And here's a guy who's famous and got a lot of money. He's got a lot of time. He's got to kill boredom. And he does all this stupid fucking shit. He plays around with what does it mean to be an artist? What does it mean to be alive? Who am I? All the shit that none of us had to fucking deal with. What these guys, like what Macaulay had to deal with. You know, and so they instantly want to say, oh, Michael used him, you know, he was used by Michael. I would think that Macaulay would have a better understanding of how Michael's relationship is with him than what that tweaker, stupid bitch, loser's opinion is.